Take a trip down to Porto Rosso, a lovely town in the heart of the beautiful country of Italy. Ride your Vespa along the coast and enjoy the wonderful sea breeze. Best of all, none of those pesky sea monsters will bother you on your wonderful vacation in Porto Rosso. Hi there, I'm Scott D. Forsyth, professional voice actor and pop culture enthusiast. Today we are talking about a recent movie in a long line of absolute banger hits from the powerhouse studio of Pixar, with their 2021 release and Academy Award nominated movie, Luca. I'll be going over why Luca is possibly the most influential Pixar movie in recent years, and why I think it's best of all. But first, let's take a quick break and we'll get right back to the adorable Disney adventure. So Luca, like any other Disney movie, is geared towards families. So it's a movie that's harmless for children, but enjoyable and light for adults, which is why I'm recommending it on Best of All. Luca is a very simple tale about a young sea monster who, when he is out of water, he transforms into a human and wants to live in the human world, even though his parents say, you can't be up there, it's not safe, it's dangerous. And through that, he meets a best friend named Alberto, and the two of them get in some mischief in this little coastal sea called Porto Rosso. So Luca is an original story like many Pixar movies before it, and it has roots in Italian folklore and myth. I am absolutely not qualified to talk about what myths inspired it, what type of Italian folklore. I know a good amount of like culture and folklore and history, but Italy is not one of them. Not that I've never wanted to learn about Italy, I just haven't gotten around to it, but Luca will hopefully give me the inspiration to kind of find out why exactly they chose sea monsters as the main motif of the movie. But what I have noticed, and what is more notable, and maybe not more notable, but what I saw is that Luca was inspired by Hayao Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli, it's Ghibli, I say Ghibli, and some stop motion features. And that is a big part of why I want to talk about Luca on Best of All, is because I noticed from the get-go that this movie is one of the most different Pixar movies I've ever seen. Just in animation and style and the way the characters look and move and react. It is fully unlike anything we have seen from Pixar. And to me, that's a great thing. So I saw it when it first came out, and then I watched it later with my family. And typically I don't like watching movies back to back like so quickly, because this is a humble brag, but I have a relatively good memory and I really remember pretty much everything. So like I will wait long periods of time without watching movies, even if I really enjoy them, or rewatching them, I should say, because I just remember everything. But with Luca, it was a little bit different because the film was so unique and interesting to watch. Even though I did remember scenes and I did remember like stuff I wanted to look out for, I found myself very, very engrossed in the movie and really just sitting back and enjoying the ride. Of when I was watching it on a second viewing, on a third viewing, I was just sitting there enraptured by the wonderful art and story and voice acting. I just sat back and I was like, yeah, I just want to. This is very relaxing. I want to keep experiencing this movie, which I can definitely do with certain Studio Ghibli movies. But I know that that's very popular with a lot of people, especially with Ghibli movies. But for me, that doesn't normally happen. Sometimes I'll put on a movie just to like have it on in the background. But Luca is definitely one of those. It's like, I love this movie. And why do I love this? Well, I talked about that it felt different. And I obviously... I grew up with Pixar, like literally I have seen every Pixar movie as they've come out. There's a few that I've missed over the years. But like these are very important movies that I am very, very passionate about. And Luca was the one that I've felt the most excitement in a long time. The last Pixar movie that I truly, truly loved was Onward. I liked Onward a lot. I know some people thought they were a little lukewarm on it. I thought it was very wonderful. I thought it was very heartwarming. And the one before that I really enjoyed was Coco. Coco like really affected me in a great way. I actually believe it was one of my best of the years in the year that it came out. It was that and Logan. It was tied. So like Pixar means a lot to me. And even though I enjoy them and they make fantastic franchises, I do feel that the company has a little bit lost its luster over the years. Like I didn't particularly like Finding Dory or The Incredibles 2. Like, and I know some people are like, you didn't like Incredibles 2. To be honest, I don't particularly like The Incredibles. I think it's fine. I like that people like it, and I get why people like it. It's just not my favorite. And Finding Dory, I really didn't enjoy. And I mean, I legitimately think Cars 2 is really, really bad, unfortunately. I did like Toy Story 4. That one was fine. But again, it was like, that was fine. That was okay. Kind of how I felt with some of these movies. And I would see them go like, okay, I saw that. And then I'd leave the theater and not really give them the time of day, which is very unlike me. Movies stick around with me for a very long time. I mean, obviously, that's why I'm doing a podcast about movies and television and all forms of media. And I may sound like a broken record, but it like bears repeating because Luca is different and you can just see it. You can see that it looks visually distinct from anything Pixar has made. Like if most people didn't know that this was a Disney Pixar movie, you probably couldn't tell. At least I don't think I could have, because it looks different. It feels different. There's a new energy. There's a new life to this. And it's unlike anything Pixar has done before. And that makes me like really excited because it's taking all these inspirations from movies outside of the States, being made in the States, and not, copying it or appropriating it. It is just kind of using these tools that worked for other movies. And it's like, well, how can this work in our story? It's like, are we going to do something that fits? Are we going to, celebrate something that we love? Like the town is called Porto Rosso, and that's a reference to Porco Rosso, the Studio Ghibli movie of the pig and the flying and everything, like, which I've still yet to see. I need to see it. But you just have like a coming of age story, a transformational point, a formative year in a young kid's life that's not an original concept for Disney. I mean, we've seen a lot of movies do that. And when I say Disney, I mean Disney and Pixar. They're two separate studios, but they're also the same. It's like we have seen an underdog coming of age story before. There is this sort of childlike wonder to it. There is this kind of happiness and intrigue in everything. The stakes are relatively low. It's a very human, personal story. And it's just so enjoyable. And then what I think is so cool is the movie that followed this up was Turning Red. Another movie of a formative year in a young kid's life. And like, it has a mystical element, yes, but it's also like very clearly about a young girl growing into the woman that she wants to be when she's older, and how that impacts her family and everything. And so it was very, very strategic that Pixar made these two movies back to back and have been very well received, I believe. I mean, I don't have the numbers on everything, but I know people love Turning Red, and I know a lot of people who really, really liked Luca. But, with this popularity of Turning Red, which is very well warranted, I like that. I like Turning Red a whole lot. I also think some of the credit should go to Luca, because Luca has set up this new wave of Pixar movies. It makes me excited. It makes me excited to see, okay, what's going to come next? Like, yeah, we got Lightyear down the line, and that's going to be fun. I'm going to go see Lightyear. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be cool. I want to see what's after that. I want to see what's next. I want to see what they do following up Luca and Turning Red. I don't know if I've done the best job of explaining the story or why I like it, other than it's just so exceptionally good. And you know what? Something might just be as simple as that. That I am recommending this movie, and I've made a big deal about, the future of Pixar and what's going to happen, and I don't know what could happen. I don't know any of that. But what I can tell you is I really, really enjoyed this movie. And I think it deserves the watch. A little bit funny. I kind of try to make things a bigger, topic, a bigger, more introspective thing. And it's like, well, what about Luca? Luca's good. Check it out. Rewatch it again. Just relax. Have a good time. Watch a happy story. So, at the moment, Disney Plus is the best way to watch Luca. If you're subscribed, you can just go onto the Pixar categories and check it out, along with all the other Pixar movies that I've mentioned in shorts, which I fully recommend. Disney Plus, to me, that's the best way to watch it. If you don't have Disney Plus or you don't want to pay for Disney Plus, Luca is available on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, digital, and you can rent it. So this is probably the easiest thing I've recommended so far for you to watch. It is like a normal movie. So there's the what's what on Luca. Hopefully you've taken something out of this episode and we'll give the movie a shot if you haven't, or maybe just give it a rewatch. I'm probably going to rewatch it because I love this movie. But best of all, you were a listener, and we at ScottyMeLad thank you. And I leave you with one little tagline that none of you saw coming, but Silencio Bruno. Best of All was hosted and produced by Scott D. Forsythe, using the song Mia by Rolando Puchades from the album Canta as our intro and outro theme.